Hello, and welcome to another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Today we have a mage scene. We have a couple new people doing kind of like their first scene, testing the waters or popping a cherry. Yeah. Either way. Either way. The scene is going to be in the Jacobite Club, which is basically the Etherite. Well, it's not a club, it's a bar for the Etherites and everybody else. The Etherites run it, so you know shit's gonna go down. It's a fucking Etherite bar, bitches. Get ready. There is, of course, Etherites. A lot of Etherites in this place. And there's a. Most of them have mustaches. Mustaches? Yes. Mustache? Mustache? What is the plural? Probably mustaches. But they are going about their normal day to day business, drinking heavily and ruining their livers. It's a beautiful thing. There's cigar smoke that laces the air, twisting and turning out of the various different brands of cigars that the members have situated in their mouths. And there's a bar. It's a very well stocked bar run by a man with a very large and curly mustache. He seems ancient, extremely, extremely old. Like he's been around since the pyramids were being built. Probably when the dinosaurs were still roaming the earth, if you had to really take a guess. He claims he's been on, several different sinking ships, which kind of makes you wonder. Either this dude's luck must be so horrible to be on all of those sinking ships, or perhaps he just caused them. Or he could be lying. Because you think he would have died at about the third sinking ship that he said he's been on. Either way, that, my dear people, is how we shall start. There we go. Feel free to intro at your leisure.
I think Kemuel is there first. He's checking out the bar with a small tumbler of a drink that is clear. Trying to get the bead on this weird robotic bartender.
Ah, hello, sir, he says, his mustache moving as he speaks.
I just wanted you to do the impression, Kim.
God damn it, Obi.
Is his mustache twitching feverishly?
But he does say that in duties. Ah, hello, good sir. And what might I be able to get you this fine evening?
Your finest whiskey.
Ha! Not that degraded. I don't really know. He usually says.
No, it's cool.
I can't remember.
It's cool.
Okay. He nods and he's like, "Ha! Finally, a man with taste."
I'm loving this. I love all of this. Thank you.
And he reaches up on the top shelf and he gets you gets you down the glass or the bottle, and he fills up a shot glass and slides it over to you. And then he kind of, cause this bitch is a sexist, and I can't believe I'm about to do this, but it's okay because Eco is probably gonna murder this dude. But he'll lean in very, kind of like he's trying to be secret, and he says, "I give the good things to the males. The females, they drink the bad things, the nasty stuff." Mustache kind of wiggles. You don't really know how the fuck a mustache is wiggling, but it's wiggling.
Kemuel's not sure how to take that, but
I'm sorry. I heard it too, don't worry.
No, that's totally great. That is great. Okay, that's it for me. Next. Mental processing needs to be happening. Can't really digest all that. A lot has happened. A lot has happened.
So who is next?
That'll be me. Richard will enter the bar because, gosh darn it, he needs a drink now after all the shit that's happened. So he will. He's been in this place once before, so he puts up his coat, wearing the wardrobe, and he heads straight for the bar because he needs to get something alcoholic and he needs it now.
Aha! Another good sir. Wonderful. It is unfortunate you have not grown, or that you have not grown your mustache like this. He points to Kimuel, like this good fellow here. You need a good mustache.
He smiles widely and not really sure if he's serious, and then he says, "I shall definitely take it under advisement. In the meantime, I should very much like a tall glass of Guinness, if you don't mind."
Aha! We shall give you the finest Guinness this establishment has to offer, sir. And he serves you up, what is it, like a pint? Yeah, I don't drink alcohol, guys, so I'm just kind of like feeling around in the dark here.
You're doing great.
No worries.
Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's marvelous. You do well.
He will pour the Guinness and then slide it down to you.
He raises a glass in like, "Cheers, thank you," and then he looks at Kim. We're good folk. No, I don't think that translates well to English. It's good to see. It's good to see a familiar face.
Yes, please join me.
I shall. And then he slides over next to you.
So, energy drinks?
He shrugged. I don't know what is in those drinks, but I'm definitely gonna find out when they deliver that crate that I want.
Be sure that it's properly warded.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, my associate, Miss fuck, what was Jason's character's name? Rusu or something. My associate, Miss Rusu, found traces of Prime in the leftovers from that can. So I'm gonna be very careful with that thing.
Smart. So, is combat training your idea or your mentor's idea? I'm not sure how that went down the other day.
Well, and now he looks distinctly uncomfortable remembering that day. Long story short, I did not expect to have this chance to participate, but I shall endeavor to do so to my fullest. He says, I think I'm not much of a fighter yet. I think I've been in a couple of bar brawls in my student days. He grins, but that's about it. So any help in that regard you could provide me would be much appreciated.
Well, I will endeavor to do my best, I guess. She says, not very convinced.
Okay, and the next person can go ahead and come in.
In through the front door walks an a young gentleman, late 20s, hair is real scraggly. He's got a messenger bag kind of strapped to his over his shoulder on his hip. He's got his skateboard kind of bound to his back by it. He's in fairly decent attire and wearing Skechers. Good old high tops. He's got dark eyes, kind of what you see there. He moves up to the bar and He pulls out his wallet and a couple of euro, and looks at the bartender's like, and he's kind of scanning the back of the bar, just seeing what they have.
Did you say you had a scraggly beard?
It's scraggly hair, not a scraggly beard.
Okay. I was about to say there would be issues. Okay. So the bartender looks at you. And he's just looking at you. You can kind of tell he's judging just a little bit.
Yeah. He pulls out his ID and asks for a Smithix.
The bartender will kind of... His mustache wiggles. It's like that kind of judging you mustache wiggle. But he says nothing. But we'll get you what you ordered. And then kind of under his breath you hear, children these days, never learning how to dress properly and grow a mustache. Shame.
And when he speaks with a pretty thick South Boston accent. So I forgot to mention that.
Okay. Just then, all of you kind of get this unnerving feeling. As you get, not all at once, but you'll occasionally feel something like slide across your legs. Like, is there a snake in here or something? It's very unnerving and creepy. And this drop dead gorgeous woman enters the bar. Obvious Greek descent. Pitch black hair. Expressionless face. And then she just walks over to the bar, sits down. A lot of people are probably staring at her. She's like, there's something feral about her that's very attractive.
Richard will like not poke but like tap Camille on the shoulder and gesture towards the newcomer.
Yeah, Kimbrell's like nodding his head. He like is kind of elbowing Kennings in the ribs, like. Oh. He'll like reach over to the bartender. He's like, "Hey, I got this one. I got this one. It's cool. I'm gonna buy this one."
At the back of his mind, Kamol will sense ever so slight disappointment.
My body is a temple. My mind needs work. Okay? Don't judge me.
But as I'm back, I shall take back over my NPC if that's okay with you, Kev.
No, you can have it back.
I kind of like
No.
that. I played him.
There was like judging.
You feel dirty?
Not really. There was a lot of mustache judging.
Question, Stephen, is your character dressed in the same attire you're dressed in the picture?
Not quite. She's actually wearing a little bit more casual clothes since it's a bar and it's not like midnight. But like, I wouldn't say she's like wearing a dress or anything. She's just wearing like jeans and casual shirt.
Madam, and what may I get you to drink this evening? No doubt a sex on the beach or some other filigreed
shit.
item of objet d'art.
Without like hitting a beat, she just kind of looks at him, doesn't like give him any like expression or anything, and she'll say, "Whiskey, straight."
Well, I should think so. I mean, who would want to mix good whiskey? Sacrilege. Yes, sacrilege. Yeah.
She'll nod.
You will, however, be handed the whiskey about a couple of minutes later. And Kamal will be given the bill for it.
He'll just raise his drink in a toast. And, yeah.
She will kind of glance over, and it's not like she appreciates that he bought her a drink, and she'll smile like it's like a very stone cold icy smile, but it's like somebody trying to be polite that doesn't really like isn't really polite.
Okay. Yeah.
And she'll just kind of sip her drink.
Oh shit! I still need to intro my character. So Ihiro will walk in. She is wearing, some slacks and probably like a white dress shirt. It's very untucked. And actually it looks it looks too big on her. Like she just kind of took someone else's shirt. Evan, just so you know, her brother's missing a shirt.
That's fine.
But she'll kind of walk in. Her hair is up in a loose bun held together with a pin in the shape of a flower. She'll just kind of casually walk in. It looks like her attention is fixated on something else. Yeah, pretty much, Mark. And she'll just casually sit down at the bar. She doesn't say anything to the bartender or anyone else, but she's just like looking at the drinks.
So what is the atmosphere like in the bar?
At the moment, it's not necessarily subdued, but there's not a lot of people in here. There's one or two Etherites, or who you assume are society people. They're wearing long leather trench coats and goggles. We're having a conversation and playing a game of cards. But other than that, it's just you people in the bar itself.
What is the decor?
The decor here strikes you very much high Victoriana gentleman's club. There are a number of leather-bound seats, low mahogany tables. People are still openly smoking in here, in clear defiance of the smoking ban. There are a number of very old, very mustachioed, walrus-faced individuals glaring at you from large portraits that hang on the walls, etc. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are looking, Kim's shirt has tucked itself in.
The fuck?
If your shirt was spontaneously tucked in.
She's gonna untuck it again.
Just if anyone was paying attention.
Are there any like pool tables or dartboards or?
There's probably a dartboard. Probably not a pool table.
I'm gonna take my beer and go over and start practicing darts.
For those of you in the room, the temperature will spontaneously drop by about 5 degrees as there is a swirl of green light. And you see this individual, physically a peer, standing beside Ikira.
He'll stop. And he'll blink. And he'll
They are-
finish his beer.
They are ever so slightly transparent.
And he will finish his beer.
Mistress, oh sorry, honestly, sister to my master, you disgrace your brother's name going out dressed like this.
She looks down at herself, then up to Matsuo, and she just kind of shrugs and says, I am rather comfortable in this attire. There is no disgrace in being comfortable, is there not?
There's kind of a very disapproving.
Oh, I know this bitch did not just ho-to-to-to-to me.
She hoped to told you.
Ooh. She will look back over and
Matsuo will turn, and she will look at Kamul, and she will bow, and she will say, "Good afternoon, apprentice to my master."
He will bow in return, his fist covering in a very martial arts kind of fashion. Very slow, very deep. Good afternoon.
My apologies. When last we met, you did not see me. I poured tea for you yesterday.
Okay. He nods his head slowly, understanding what was happening that day. Okay.
On a side note, for those of you, particularly for Richard, Anastasia, and Liam, holy crap, there's a ghost!
Richard is like when he sees the thing manifest, he does like jerk a little bit, like, whoa, what the fuck did that? Where the fuck did that come from? And he takes a look at it. Do I know that there are actual things such as ghosts, or do I need to roll a call for it?
Would people like to roll intellect occult to not shoot themselves?
If I can get this thing to work. Ah, shit.
That is why he just downed his beer. that was his response was, ah, fuck.
That's
If it helps, this is Ireland. The beer is delicious.
Yes.
And I had a Guinness, mofos.
Stephen, would you also like to make people select a cult roll?
I just rolled. Like, she just got a straight fail. She got an 8 and then a 1, so.
You know that you do you not have a cult?
She has 1.
Wait, does that mean your intelligence is 1?
Her intelligence is 4. She has 1. Occult. I rolled 5 dice.
Okay, sorry. I thought you only rolled 2 dice. My brain just had a moment there.
She kind of, at the ghost appearing, she kind of swivels, and it's not like she has no expression on her face when the ghost appears, but it's like she's curious. She just kind of turns and looks.
Important question. Do ones take away dice, or do ones take away successes?
Ones take away successes.
Right, then I have the book smart specialty.
Book smart will apply.
All right, so I got a 7, a 10, and 2 1s, so I have 1 success.
Okay. I believe somebody got 2 successes, somebody got 1 success. So, yes, the undead are a thing. Ghosts exist. You don't know very much about them at all, but they are definitely a thing, if rare.
Alrighty.
Her very cold eyes that do have the really weird blue sheen that you see there flick over you all as she says, "Good afternoon. My name is Matsuo. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance."
Richard nods his head and does a little bit polite bow and greeting. In that case, since what you told my companion here, or my friend here, we met yesterday. I did not see you as well. Good to make your
Oh, yes.
acquaintance.
Of course. I was rather unnerved when it was you soiled yourself outside of our premises. However, I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, snap.
I don't know how to react to that in character. Just a second.
React
Yeah,
as you see fit.
If you had a
Answer?
mustache, you could twitch it feverishly.
he just stares coldly at the thing and makes mental notes of this thing's identity. Well, when you get in it, a lot of demonology, and when you get a lot of no, he wouldn't say that so obviously. He just looks at her and says, "A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm sure we shall be better acquainted at some other time." And then he turns around and ignores her presence.
She'll kind of look at. She'll kind of. Oh, sorry. She'll kind of look at Ikiro and she'll say in Japanese, "Did I offend the man who soiled himself?"
Oh, you spoke in a public place about him defecating on himself. They typically don't like that sort of thing. It's quite embarrassing. I thought it was hilarious. Of course, replies in Japanese.
Should I apologize to him, or is he an insect that you do not care about?
He is an insect that I do not care about.
As you say, sister to my master.
Can I get an int academics to recognize language?
They're speaking in Japanese. It's
Okay.
pretty obvious.
Okay.
Also, you can tell based on most of Matsuo's clothing that she's wearing very traditional Japanese attire, very old Japanese attire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matsuo is just kind of. She's standing on the floor. You'll know she's not floating, but she'll just kind of cock her head to the side. She'll say, "I will. Do you require anything else of me, mistress or sister to my master, before I retire?"
No, not particularly.
In that case, I shall leave you to have fun with your new friends. I shall be on the other side should you need me.
Of course.
She will proceed to bow to the room and will basically, it's almost like green smoke engulfs her and then leaves as if as if blown away by the wind that seems to swell in the room, though there is no wind. And she will be physically gone.
Akio will turn to Kendings and he'll let to begin the ribs with his elbow. Let me buy you another round.
He chuckles and nods. That'll do.
And Liam will have the same idea and I'm gonna need another beer.
At least one more beer.
Yep.
You see the very mustachioed barman, and he mutters something under his he mutters something under his breath about blathering, blithering poltergeists, and about how back in his day they didn't need any of this proton pack nonsense.
As he mutters that, Ikiro will just kind of look over him and say, "Back in your day, you had spears to fight the dinosaurs, correct?"
Liam was going to get a beer, but after that comment, he's just gonna wait for the retort.
this
Now we
coming
get
from,
popcorn instead.
this coming from a strumpet whose entire country was blown open by a man with 4 ships.
Perhaps that is so, but it is very interesting you went from me attacking you personally to you attacking my entire country.
That's because, what can I say? That's because, what can I say? When you have a nation of mongrels, it's not exactly hard to hear them yip.
Exactly how many ships were you on that have sunk?
It's rather interesting. The mustache, as he gets progressively more angry, becomes bristlier. You're not sure how. It's like there's some kind of internal bristle meter that is greatly currently rising.
Is he actually getting angry, Evan? Does he have like an aura? Does he have emotions?
Yes, he does, and he is getting angry.
Okay.
She will place her elbows on the bar and lean forward. She'll say, "And to be honest, the only mongrel thing I see here is that rodent on your upper lip."
Oh shit!
Madam, I will have you know this is the most stylish watermelon mustache, as was shown by the Duke of Clarence circa 1879.
1879. It's been what, some 200 years? Get with the times, dear.
I've never been so insulted in my entire life.
Well, you've never met a woman like me before.
Yes, I tend to deal with women who have class, sophistication, and know their place as a gentleman's side, as a escort, as a companion, as something that will be someone that will keep their mouth shut, damn it, when it is that they should be quiet in the presence of men.
And you see this lady Anastasia staring ice-cold daggers at this man now.
Is there a secondary bartender?
Would everyone like to make me a awareness check? Yes, make an awareness check, please.
Also, Evan, I'm gonna need to do a magic roll real fast because I'm about to turn all of this dude's fucking alcohol into probably urine.
Something else might be happening, Kim, but continue.
Well, I'm gonna do my perk awareness roll first. Watch Wrinkle just come up into this piece.
I got, if diff 6, I got 2.
It is.
If diff 6, I got a batch. Yay!
Oh.
Fuck,
Hey,
your
Steven,
rolls
this is really good piss water.
Want 0 successes.
Same here, 0.
Okay. Okay. Kim, you got how many successes?
I got 3.
Okay, so for those of you who didn't watch, right behind the bartender, there's quite a powerful correspondence and forces effect kicking off.
Okay. So,
moving my drink.
I just want to know what people are doing.
Moving away from the bar. Those are 2 bad spheres to put in combination to each other.
so forces effect. Yeah. I'm looking for another bartender, and
Okay. A couple of moments later, as the barman starts spewing more anti-Japanese rhetoric, there is an explosion as from behind the bar, a katana launches itself out of nowhere and pierces right through his skull. He slumps forward onto the table.
Holy shit!
Richard's eyes widen. What the shit just happened there?
So
I feel bad, but Anastasia has a sadistic smile sweep across her face when she sees this.
Let's phrase that as the katana was thrown with so much force, it's embedded itself up about 5 or 6 inches into the table of the bar, or into the actual wood of the bar.
Oh.
Iki is going to reach across And I'm assuming it's her brother's sword.
It's one of your. It's not his sword. It's one of the swords he owns.
She's gonna grab the handle and just kind of pull it out. And if I need to roll strength, that's fine.
Yeah, you will need to roll strength.
If I don't get it. I got 3 successes.
Okay, you managed to wedge it out of the. You managed to rip it out of the. You managed to rip it out of the back. There's a spewing of motor oil as you do so.
Motor oil. Okay. So he is not used to that was something entirely unexpected, so he is just Liam is just gonna kind of run through a quick breath of meditations, calm, 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 calm. Just kind of repeat it in the languages he knows, and it turns kind of into a rhythmic kind of self-repeating like tone, and that's me gonna be doing a mind shield on myself to calm me the fuck down. Because need be or mental more of a mental empowerment. So that's 3D.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
Some things are rote. What is the how many successes?
With a rope, you just don't take penalties for fast casting.
Okay. Gotcha. So where is the casting chart?
For those of you who are paying attention, you will see the body slump to the ground as the sword pinning it is no longer in place. And you'll notice the fact that in the head, where you should see brain matter and everything else, you see golden gears casually trying to click away. However, obviously the damage is preventing them from doing so.
Well, I'm going to activate Mind Shield as well, because that's probably always a good idea in a place like this where there are mind readers present. 2 successes.
You can put one into success and one into duration and one into effect, one into duration.
Yep, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do.
I fail.
Oh, okay. Did you botch or did you fail?
I failed. I had a successful dice.
Okay, cool. Because I was going to say otherwise that would get very sad very quickly as Paradox needs to come and kick the shit out of you.
Since that doesn't work, Wits Meditation.
That's fine. If you'd like to roll Wits Meditation in order to calm yourself down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got 1.
Okay. You've managed to go to your happy place, or rather your zen place, at least partially, but you want answers. Holy crap, what the fuck was that? What the hell? Who?
Yup.
People can feel free to start asking questions or having their what the fuck moments.
This is him working through his what the fuck moment.
Well, Richard looks at the bartender and then goes, well, I mean, at least he wasn't a person, you know?
Ah, come on, that's not cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would have been worse if it had been a person than a robot, but that was still
He's
fucked
not a
up.
person. He's just a dick. He's a person. He's not a very good person.
he grins. There is that.
What's Iki doing with the sword?
Oh, she's just holding it. She did send a telepathic message to her brother, just pretty much saying thank you, and I have your sword.
Excellent. He'll ask if you wouldn't mind just making sure it's clean and put it back on the rack.
She'll reach over, grab the bartender's jacket, and basically wipe the motor oil off on his jacket.
Anastasia, not really knowing exactly what happened, but seeing her pull out the sword and wipe it like she owns the blade, she'll stand up and walk over to how do you say your character's name?
Ikiro.
Ikiro. Okay. She'll walk over to Ikiro and she'll politely walk by her and she'll say, "Oh, so you handled this man?"
I did not. No.
Well, whoever did, I would buy them a drink if they were around.
Through the telepathic link, she just sends the message. Brother, I believe that there is a woman here trying to get into your pants. She has offered to buy you a drink.
You get a distinct sense of disinterest.
I mean, of course, because it was the speed of thought, so it takes like 1 or 2 seconds, but then Yukiro will respond and say, well, perhaps you should save your money then, or buy yourself a drink.
She'll smile very, like, it's not like she's being rude, it's like she just doesn't have expression. And she'll say, well, if anything, I'm sorry for the way he treated you.
Yukiro has this really odd look on her face. Just kind of like, there's no need to apologize. He has been dealt with accordingly. And I found the banter rather amusing.
She'll kind of think about it, and then she'll like say, okay. She'll sit back down, trying to not like make a big scene about everything. But she's moved closer to Ikiro.
She'll send once again through the link. Brother, this woman has moved closer to me. I do not know what to do. She is odd.
He will say, I'm currently in negotiations with a very motley collection of Russian businessmen. Is this something that I need to leave my meeting for in order to safeguard your chastity?
No, I simply wanted to let you know.
Very well, then. It is at this time that this rather strikingly lovely lady walks into the bar.
Oh, this woman.
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Well, I mean, as opposed to the other Magister, he doesn't really have a bad impression of her yet.
She's the fun Magister.
The operative word being get.
Yeah.
She kind of walks in. She'll kind of raise her finger as she looks at Richard to indicate she'll talk to him in one moment. As she walks around the side of the bar, casually steps over the still cooling corpse of the barman, gets a bottle, corks it, and sits on the bar with her foot basically casually resting her feet on the barman's back. And she says, "So, this looks like a party."
Who in the world is that?
Did he ask Richard, or did he just say it out loud?
Yeah, he's asking Richard.
That is Magister Oh, is he D'Onofrio or something? Right.
D'Onofrio, yeah.
Yeah, that is Magister D'Onofrio of my orders as well.
It's a step up from the old guy.
He does the kind of I don't want to say it, but like this shoulder shrug that means yeah, you're right, but I don't want to say it.
However, as lovely as you are, Mr. Keenington, oh my. She kind of gives Kamula a look up and down. This character also has appearance 5 with a speck and stunning. Yes, it's like ooh, it's like a velour rug that you roll yourself up in and never want to leave.
So we got stunning and elegant here.
She will very casually, kind of, with her feet still kicked up on the barman's cooling corpse, will say, "I'm not here for you, unfortunately, Mr. Keenings. I am, however, here for that tall, gangly drink of. I don't know what you were a drink of, dear, but you over there, corner playing darts, glasses, look like you want to be in a Spider-Man movie. You come here, walksies, over here. Come on."
Liam will make his way back over.
She'll smile and she'll extend her left hand to you, and she'll say, "Hello, it's nice to meet you. My name is Magister D'Onofrio, and I'm here to make sure that you don't die."
He will also extend his left hand. Liam Murphy, I appreciate not dying.
See, I like him. I've just been told that you were being transferred to our chantry here, and that I should come and meet you here.
Yes. I was finishing my business interview work, and then I was having a beer to calm down because the system here is a little complicated. And then I was going to come find you.
She'll nod and she'll say, "Well, as I said, my name is Alexander D'Onofrio. I'm not the head of the Order of Hermes in the city. Thank God and all the archangels. Ugh, could you imagine that responsibility?"
You say that, and it kind of runs through his head, and there's just a shudder.
She's sitting on the bar, so what she does is she loops her leg around your waist and kind of pulls you in so that your back is facing her chest, if you get me.
Gotcha.
And she'll kind of lean her elbows on your shoulders, and she says, "I like you. You understand me. Congratulations. That's at least 10 points to Hufflepuff there, Neville."
Huh? Well, take the points where I can get them.
So I'm basically here to give you the keys to the chantry, as it were, and probably introduce you to the old bastard who is currently, well, my former apprentice, who is the current head of the Order of Hermes in the city. Questions?
Yes. Wasn't Neville a member of Gryffindor?
Yes, but I maintain the Sorting Hat was drunk.
Sorting hats are always drunk.
For the record, I should probably do the formal introductions. I'm a member of House Flambeau. In case you couldn't guess, I just point that out. It's kind of self-evident, I think. You know, I have a personality.
Who else was speaking?
No, somebody was just talking in the background to me.
Oh.
He will then denote Richard and say, "Mr. Canings can introduce himself, I assume."
He nods to the newcomer. I am Richard Kinnings, also of the Order of Hermes, apprentice.
All right then.
He's also a member of House Bonasagus. Oh no, your House Viditius. I can't remember.
It's the Viditius.
There we go. That answers that question.
Right. Liam Murphy, Bonnie Boney Sagas.
He nods in recognition.
And he will kind of look up to the flambeau who's kind of wrapped around. I figured you were flambeau. Your personality is quite well explosive.
She'll smile and she'll kiss you on the back of the head. She says, I love him. I'm keeping him. It's decided now. He's mine.
And at the silence, I'm gonna use this chance to hop in.
Yay, John!
So yeah, Damien is going to walk into the bar. He's wearing a leather jacket, long sleeve, with a glove over his right hand. He's doing his best, guys. He's doing his best. And he's gonna walk up to the bar, sit down, and order a very tough drink.
Question: is there another bartender, or
Yeah, I was about to say, who does he order the
that's-
drink with?
Oh wait, what's happening to the bartender?
We kind of murdered him.
He's dead on the ground.
There is the House Flambeau Magister who's got her feet propped up on the bartender. The mechanical bartender looks to be in op at the moment.
and Ikiro is holding an unsheathed katana.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna walk into that site. He's like, fuck.
You're gonna need a stiffer drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna need a bottle now.
You know what? Iki will kind of hop over the counter, and she'll start serving the drinks.
Damien is gonna look at her and
When-
say,
When Iki does that, Liam's going to look over at the other presumed Etherites in the room.
They appear to give less than 0 fucks.
Gotcha.
yeah, Damien is gonna look at Iki, I'm gonna call her, because he's gonna say, well, as long as I get my drinks.
Of course, sir. I believe this is how most kingdoms are taken over anyway, no? We murder the ruler and then just kind of move in.
Like I said, as long as I get my drinks.
Oh, of course.
Oh my! Listen to the. I'd call him a grumpy Gus, but then again, that's not exactly right. The grump. I don't care. Who the fuck do I? She takes a swig of the whiskey that she's got kind of corked on her. That she's got corked next to her, and she says, "So yes. Hi. On a side note, what shampoo do you use, Liam? Your hair smells delicious."
Tea tree, I have a dandruff issue.
Ah, I understand. She'll untangle herself from you, and she kind of, very casually hops off the bar, and she says, "So, Kennings, I'm led to understand that my egregious apprentice decided to download a whole bunch of demonology into your brain. How'd that go?"
Richard.
I just kind of like, and then look at Jennings.
Richard looks distinctly uncomfortable and says, "Well, let's just say that it could have gone better, and leave it at that." He says with a bit of a smile.
It's okay. We all piss ourselves at least once in the Order of Hermes, dear. We just accept it and move on.
For fuck's sake.
Is that
If it
what's
helps-
happening?
if
Is
it
that
helps,
what's happening in the upstairs bathroom? The second floor.
Well, literally, there are just pairs upon pairs of soiled trousers. Yes, that's the thing that was not there to see.
Richard looks at Camille, so that's why I wasn't allowed to go up to go to that other place in the chantry.
She'll say, on the bright side, if it helps, when I, tipped the now Magister Crowhaven off the roof of Barcelona Cathedral, we had to take a bet on who would hit the ground first, him or his we.
I cannot make out any word you just said because someone else was speaking as well, I think. Or was it the background?
TV background noise, but I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
And meanwhile, does Damien get his drink, Kim?
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna serve it to him.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say that he's not going to realize what he's doing, and he's going to grab the glass with his right hand and it's gonna go it's like, fuck.
No, that's
Oh,
rude.
just to point out, everybody else knows about this, but every now and then you'll feel something like slither across your leg.
Damien's gonna look down.
Yep.
Nothing's there.
What in the fuck? Sorry, can I get another one?
Of course. First, may I see your hand?
What do you want with my hand?
Well, it looked rather peculiar, shall we say.
I have to say, Kim, there's a glove on his right hand.
Okay. But she'll change it up and she'll just be like, you just accidentally crushed a glass. Either you do not know your own strength or there is something else going on.
I was gonna look at her, then turn around, look at the whole group, and look back at her. It's better you not play with that. I just need my drink.
She begins creating the drink, pouring it and grabbing another glass. But she will then say at that point, I enjoy playing with things that I'm not supposed to. I also enjoyed giving people bad advice and then laughing as they take that advice. But that is neither here nor there, I suppose. Oh, by the way, I do not believe I introduced myself to anyone here, except for those that I already know. My name is Ikiro.
Well, good to meet you. I'm Damien, and don't worry, my life is built upon ill advice.
Oh, if that is the case, then I believe that you and I should take a trip to the Shadowlands together. I believe that is what you guys call that. Yes.
Whatever you say.
Wonderful. But I want introductions. I do not believe I have met anyone except for you, and she'll point to the Magister, and you, she'll point to Kimuel.
Who's trying his best to hide, but kind of nods.
So, come now. What is everyone else's name? Introductions all around.
Richard will nod in a polite nod of greetings as Richard Kennings, House Vertitius, Order of Hermes. Pleasure to meet you. He smiles.
The pleasure is all mine. And I forgot to mention which tradition I was a part of. Sorry. I'm a member of the Akashiana. If you couldn't tell. But anyway, who is next?
Liam Murphy. Liam Murphy. Bonnie Order of Hermes, Bonnie House, Bonus Sagas.
Damn, we have a lot of Dumbledores in here.
And then who might you be a part of? She says, looking at Damien.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing solo at the moment.
Oh, how interesting.
Curious.
If you need a place to stay, or How to phrase this in a way that does not make me seem rude? Well, of course you understand that. Those who are not a member of any organization, though I believe that if you were flying solo, you would then be a member of the group that is called the Orphans, though I believe that is a negative word in their eyes, are part of the Disparate Alliance. But
From what the ones I heard, carry that name with a pride.
Perhaps I was getting wrong information.
Everyone's entitled to be a fool from time to time.
I mean, She looks like she was about to say something, but she literally bit her tongue to not say what she was about to say.
She kind of, at this point, Magistrate Nafre hops off the bar, and she'll pad towards the door as she says, "In that case, I'll leave you in the hands of Apprentice Kennings. In that case, Apprentice Murphy. He'll show you where the chantry is, and if you need somewhere to stay, you can stay there until you get yourself situated. Seem like a plan?"
Richard nods, as you say, Magister, and then nods politely to
Sounds
the
like a
newcomer.
plan. It's a good plan.
Excellent. We have achieved plan. Let no one say that we cannot achieve plan. She'll look back at Damien and smile, and she'll say, "The strength of the traditions is the fact that every mage, regardless where they are in the world, regardless who they are, regardless their philosophical or ideological beliefs, know that they're not alone. The fact of the matter is they know that they have brothers and sisters who will fight for them, with them, and protect them should they need it. That is why the traditions are a thing. So, you're new to the club, as it were. You were like this a very short time ago. So you have to decide, do you want that family? Do you want that place? Or do you want to be by yourself? Because I assure you, being a lonely wizard, well, needless to say, even Harry had Ginny and Ron. Well, Hermione, anyway. I don't think Ron counts. So, well, then again, it's like saying, it's like saying, think of Ron like a dream speaker. It's nice he exists, but he never does anything practical. She'll say as she smiles. But, yeah. So think about it. Think about the family that you want and find it. Or if you want to walk the path alone, decide to do that. Anyway, good day, children. She will say as she turns on her heel and walks out the door unless anyone wants to shout anything at her.
One does not simply shout at a Magister.
Nope.
As she walks out, given her high level of appearance and the appearance specialty, he's gonna whistle as she is walking out the door. Just to
You would almost swear that she posed for a split second before leaving.
And as she leaves, Damien's gonna shake his head and he's gonna say, "Sure as shit, I'm not being a part of what she is."
they throw fucking parties, man. Ain't no party like a house flambeau party.
You talking to me about parties?
Because the House Flambeau party has fireballs.
Maybe I should take you out sometime.
Uh,
If you really want to see a party, that is.
I'll think about it. Kind of put those days behind me.
Come on.
I was just in college.
Exactly. Just in college.
If you want to see Dublin nightlife, you're looking at the man.
I'll keep that in mind. And then he is gonna look over to the other people who have yet to introduce themselves.
Okay, well, Anastasia will kind of look at everyone, and she'll just raise her glass and say, "And then a cow. Sister of Hippolyta. And then she looks at everyone, and owner of the Guilty Serpent nightclub. She runs her finger in her drink, and then takes a sip.
Damien's gonna look and say, "New opening."
Yes.
Well,
The plans
let's
have
see
been
what you
made
got.
for quite a while, but
I'll make sure to stop by then.
she'll nod. And if you really look at her face, it's like very icy, stony, and like expressionless. Like you can't get a good read out of her whether she's happy or sad or anything.
Pleasure to meet you.
She'll raise her glass again.
And then he'll look over to the other one who hasn't introduced himself.
Kimuel will raise his glass and he will gesture Liam over. Kimuel, I am also a Kashyana. I'll be working with your Mr. Kinnings here on some projects in the near future. Perhaps we could fold you in.
Perhaps. Certain studies and I've got a lot to do, but if there's need for my special talents, I will lend them as appropriate.
We planned on going over some basic 3-point self-defense techniques if you'll be interested in that.
Go on. I'm listening.
Oh, nothing spectacular or extravagant, just there's mass murderers, killers, and there's 1,001 reasons we need to be able to defend ourselves. If interested, I'll be instructing Mr. Kennings for the time being, so I offer the invitation to you as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I may take you up on that offer.
What about? All right, let's get some drinks flowing in this piece. What is everybody doing?
I mean,
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
All right. You'll get another whiskey for Kennings.
Richard takes it and takes a big sip of it. This is good whiskey.
It's really fine whiskey. He still, Kimuel still has his whiskey. He hasn't finished his first one. Doesn't look like he actually drank any of his first one, actually.
Yeah. Kiki is still serving the drinks, and she will actually announce to the bar, free drinks for everyone, by the way.
Shit.
On the previous bartender, of course.
Damien is going to look at the guy. He's not really dead, is he?
Technically, no.
he was never technically alive.
Like there's oil everywhere spewing out of his head. Maybe
Hey,
it's
hey,
subsided now.
you guys are being racist. All right, that's rude. He's an android. Android lives matter. So,
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Yep.
I'm joking. I'm sorry. Let me go back to my corner. Go back to my corner.
As all of you are enjoying your drinks, you will suddenly notice that all of them, regardless of what they are, be they beer, wine, spirits, whiskey, etc., all suddenly taste exactly like blood.
You will squeal rather happily and say, "Brother, you've arrived!"
By the way, what does it taste like? I couldn't make that out.
Blood.
Oh, ew.
So
yeah.
he's taking a sip of his new beer and then spraying the beer out of his
Yep.
mouth rather
Damien's
violently.
doing the same. This is kind of like that scene from The Mummy. Everybody's spitting out their drinks.
Anastasia continues to drink hers.
The door will open very silently, and Saisho will very calmly enter the room. Without speaking, he will hold out his hand to his sister.
Oh, see, I'm assuming he wants the sword back.
Correct.
She'll walk up. She'll actually, it's kind of like a skip. She's actually not skipping, but she definitely has a bounce in her step because she's like, "Oh, hella." And she will place the sword in his hand.
He will look down and he will note the fact that it's been cleaned before he will place it into a, for the record, a Japanese scabbard is called a shaikoden. So he will place it in his shaikoden at his belt, or in his obi belt. Hey, Obi, you're also a belt. The things that amuse me. He will allow his gaze to very calmly fall over each one of you, and he will say, "Some of you I know, many of you I do not. My name is Shaishio no Kage, a member of the Brotherhood of the Akashiana. A pleasure to make your acquaintance."
Richard will nod politely to the newcomer and once again introduce himself with name and house and Hermes.
If any of you now, by the way, attempt to sip your drinks again, you will notice that they have returned to their normal flavor.
Yeah. Once bitten, twice shy.
Give it. Liam's going to give it a few minutes before he tries sipping his drink because that was shocking. And he will wave at the Japanese man. Liam Murphy, Bonnie Order of Hermes, Bonnie House Bonnie Sagas.
Have your superiors as yet informed you as to the covenant struck between your organization and my own?
Not yet.
He will very calmly look at Camille, and he'll say, "Did you not inform the boy of his new tasks, my apprentice?"
No, I did not see that was my place. I hinted that we might be working together in the future. but that was all I dared to do.
He'll nod and he will say, "We will let the Hermetics tell their tasks. It is not for us to say." Most wise. And he will then he will very calmly walk forward. Without looking at her, he will boop his sister on the nose with his palm, with his index finger, and he'll say, "And are you behaving yourself?"
She'll look almost insulted. She'll say, "I've been nothing but pleasant in the, well, tragic death of the bartender. I have taken over his bartendingly duties and giving out drinks for everyone. And not only that, but I have offered the," and she'll gesture to Damien, "the orphan in the room, a place to stay if he so chooses."
He will quirk an eyebrow and he will say, "You offer him a place at our table."
Mentally, she does the so kind of hand gesture, just kind of like, sort of.
Which one of these ladies was it who wished to buy me a drink, sister of mine?
She'll, mentally, she'll kind of poke over to Anastasia. She doesn't feel like gesturing towards her. She heads back behind the bar.
Anastasia will kind of get up when she hears that he was asking for her anyway. And she'll walk to him and she'll say, "I offered to buy a drink to the person that killed the man because he was harassing that woman that you're acquainted to. And I find that vulgar."
He will kind of raise a finger and kind of shake it from side to side and he'll say, "I killed no one. I deactivated something."
That would explain the oil.
Oh yes, he's quite mechanical, you understand. In my defense, I'm led to understand the Etherites have a game which is who kills him next.
Nonetheless, I did offer to buy a drink. And I keep my offers.
He'll look at Takiro behind the bar and he'll say, "I don't know what I want, sister of mine. Find me something that I want."
You know I always do.
Indeed. He will casually walk down the line of people. He's looking at them, like a snake does, kind of bobbing his head from side to side, kind of not necessarily sizing people up, but getting the measure of them is probably an apt way of phrasing it. And he'll stop at Liam, and he'll say, "Interesting. You're very," contemplates his next words, "well, wiry, but not necessarily built for." You do physical exercise, but it's not for the purposes of building musculature, it's for dexterity. What is it you do?"
And he just kind of lifts up the skateboard on his back a little bit.
"Oh, I see. How very interesting."
I also play darts. I bowl. Bowling's fun.
How interesting. So, my apologies. I'm sure that you were all having a lovely conversation before I entered, and I've rather spoiled it. By all means, do continue. Coincidentally, what drink does Ikiro give him?
I don't fucking know alcohol, but she gives him a drink that he'd want.
What does he want? He'll probably drink something like... He will drink vodka and cranberry juice.
Yeah, that's what he served.
He will nod approvingly.
Which, even though it's free, like she said, she would go ahead and pay the amount.
Okay. He's just gonna slip the money into her pocket.
But yes, for the record, for those of you who are new here, as one of the more senior representatives of the city, how much have you been told prior to your arrival here as it pertains to this city and its current issues that we are facing with the 5 metal dragons? For the record, most of you have no idea what the 5 metal dragons are.
Yeah.
Anastasia raises an inquisitive eyebrow.
He'll kind of look at Kamal and he'll say, "What is it that Westerners call the 5 metal dragons?"
The technocracy.
There we go. Thank you.
Hmm.
The technocracy. We have different names for them in the East. As it stands, the city is currently under siege by technocratic forces who have been attempting rather repeatedly to overwhelm us and take the city for their own. So I would recommend that you not move around singularly, but in small groups. Do you understand me?
He nods.
Richard nods as well.
Anastasia will nod.
What I believe, yes. What organizations is it that you all represent? As I say, I know Mr. York here is an orphan, thanks to my sister knowing it. It's rather interesting that. But the rest of you... Oh, actually, no. My sister has informed me what the rest of you are, because, of course, mental link. I know when you were told. He will say, I'm led to understand from my notes that there was one more sister of Hippolyta in this city. What was her name? I can't recall. I'll look it up in my notes when I get home. But, so you are not alone. Rather ironic considering how small your particular order is, but c'est la vie.
She'll smile and she'll say, that would be appreciated. Thank you. Again, with an expressionless face.
You, of course, know that there are several members of the Order of Hermes in the city, so you, Mr. What was it again? Mr. Murphy should be rather fine.
I would expect so.
For the record, boys and girls, at this moment, Matsuo, the Wraith, will rematerialize on the floor by Kage's side in the full kowtow position. Do you all know what kowtowing is?
Yup.
I can Google it.
It's also called Seizen, where you have your forehead pressed to the floor.
Okay.
It's also called the Imperial Bow. And she was
Okay.
saying, "My lord, forgive me for interrupting your conversation. However, I fear that we are no longer alone. There are several people outside who are less than interested in polite conversation." There's a very slight turn. Can I get everyone to make me perception alertness rolls, please? Difficulty 7, because it's relatively hard to spot.
Holy fuck.
What?
Dude, I just triple botched.
Oh wow.
5 a 2 and then 3 1. You know, Eco's just fucking. Dude, she's making it. You can't look into it.
Whole
Well,
up in a goose egg.
Well, at least it wasn't an Arte roll. That paradox would have been trouble.
I would have cried.
I can't remember if Paradox gets worse the more the magnitude of botch. I think it might do.
Yeah, yeah. I have 4 successes.
Okay. Who else? Okay, so who here has 1 success?
I do.
I do.
Okay. You notice a number of people moving on the building opposite us. Who here has 2 successes? 3 successes?
Yeah, I had 2 successes. Sorry.
Okay, 2 successes. You can tell that there are about 3 or 4 of them moving on the building opposite us. 3 successes. And Obi had 4 successes.
Yep.
Liam and Richard both have tiny red dots on right above, hovering on their chests.
Liam and Richard? Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Minutes.
So I'm going to throw my chair at Liam to knock him down.
I fall. I get hit by a chair. I did not see that shit coming. I did not see that shit coming. I get hit. Deplat.
And I'm going to tackle Kinnings to get him flat against the ground.
Okay. We will do this in full cinematic mode. So basically, what Camille does is basically using his foot, he hooks the chair and he basically kicks it into poor old Liam, who will proceed to be sprawled face first on the floor as the chair impacts him square in the forehead.
Sorry.
At which point, poor old Kennings will hit the ground incredibly hard, as the much more burly and physically apt Camille, physically on the same momentum as he turns, he'll loop his leg around Kennings, the back of Kennings' legs, and flips him onto the ground, whilst keeping himself low to fall under the bar. At which case, you'll notice, boys and girls, the windows explode inward as there is a whole hail of gunshots that proceed to pierce through them like they are made of paper. Shrapnel flying everywhere.
Thank God for Obi's successes. Otherwise, I would have had to reroll character already.
I need to make a willpower roll. Give me just a second. I gotta reread my flaw.
Jason's coming in at the right time.
Or the wrong time, it depends on your perspective.
Well, I haven't got my Superman cape on, but why? Am I coming to the rescue?
Yes.
No, it's more so that you will literally walk into the bar as you see the windows explode with gunfire being poured into the room.
So yes, coming to the rescue, as it were. Sorry, I'll get into the Discord. Sorry, not Discord. The rolls.
All right,
I'll
so I
switch my-
have 2 successes on that. So, am I right?
Am I going to assume that everyone here will hit the deck?
Yes, I guess.
Yes. Very good assumption.
Yes.
Okay. You proceed to all hit the deck as you hear the telltale tinkling of glass impacting the wooden floor all around you. Everything is chaos. You hear the Etherites, you hear a disgorging of blood and the slump of bodies as both of the Etherites fall to the ground, their skulls pierced by heavy caliber rounds. There is twitching, there is gurgling, and then there is stillness. The fire will, however, stop after a few moments. You assume that those firing are attempting to take up new firing positions, or that they do not see the point in wasting bullets as they cannot currently find a mark. What do you gentlemen and ladies do?
Richard will look at Kemuel and say, and then like not whisper, but like the whisper that is also a shout, and like we need to get out of here now, that kind of thing.
We need cover, so running into the open is not a good idea.
He shakes his head. No, I'm not talking about running. And then he starts worming his way on his stomach towards the exit. Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know that as well. I don't know that in character though.
I was gonna say, hey Kim, you could take us all somewhere nice and safe.
I can. Yes.
So, the best response to being in the line of gunfire is not being in the line of gunfire. To wit,
Typically.
I've got a bunch of correspondence and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Evan,
Yes.
So I will spend.
I have a very nice question for you.
Okay, sorry. People taking turns, but okay, sorry. Austin, what did you say? And then whoever else spoke to me can speak afterwards.
I will be using my esoterica as an ability to help with, which I forgot to note is nomenclature and speaking words of safety, safe passage, and also a very brief "get me the fuck out of here" in ancient Aztec.
Essentially, you were saying the ancient Aztec version of GTFO, motherfucker.
So, yes, I'm going to be spending a turn prepping that while I look up the mechanics.
Okay. Somebody else was saying something to me.
I have a question for you.
I may have an answer for you.
Would you like to roll? Would you like me to roll my derangement?
What was your derangement again?
Explosive anger disorder.
Oh yeah, roll that.
Because
roll
this is hypocrisy.
Difficulty 8. Roll that now.
This is gonna be
quote-
fun.
To quote Kim, what could possibly go wrong?
Don't you dare use my words against me.
Fudge.
I fail.
Oh. Angry rage.
You know what that means.
Oh dear. Continue doing the thing.
Okay.
You can roleplay your angry rage, damn it.
Okay, so who's next to Damien right now?
Probably Akira, because she was the one who was serving him.
Hey, Kirio.
What's up?
You're gonna notice Damien starting to breathe out heavily from his nose, and if you keep looking at him, you're gonna start to notice that his skin is turning slightly red, very slowly.
Sounds like I need to hurry up and do this spell to get everyone's bitch asses into Shadowlands. Evan, give me a
does.
diff.
Okay. Are you doing what? Are you turning the floor into a oh my?
Yes.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Because there is a wraith in the room with very specific arcanoi, the shroud difficulty is going to be a standard difficulty of 5. You can use a custom foci to lower that to 4. Sorry, to lower that to 3 if you want to.
She's gonna reach across and just grab her brother.
Okay. I will point out you will need 3 successes, Kim. So if you want to actually boom open a portal, that will probably require a willpower.
I am spending a willpower.
Okay.
That would be 5 successes, my dear.
Okay. Thus it was, the universe got a little bit topsy-turvy.
It's a breeze.
Surprise, eh? Hi, boys and girls. Hi, how are we all doing? We doing good? We all doing good?
A little bit unnerved, I guess.
We all having a good nosh? Everything good?
Yep.
And then the floor was made of shadows and vapor, and you were falling.
So yeah, about that correspondence, Gitfo.
Unfortunately,
No,
because you
please let
passed,
me go
unfortunately, because of how the action of turns worked, you spent a turn basically doing your thing. She did her thing on the same turn, which
Gotcha.
means by the time it rolls back around to yours, you passed through the portal. Basically,
So
you've started the process of falling. Essentially, what she did is she turned the floor into a portal to the Shadowlands. If it helps, all the furniture's going with you.
So we've got that going for us, which is nice.
I mean, on the bright side, you might have a nice place to sit down in hell. Oh, and I found the name for the team. If you really, actually no, I'll be fair, Austin. If you really want, I will let you. You can basically do the roll to see if you can teleport somewhere safe because it's only
Right.
fair.
So my intelligence esoterica is first for difficulty lowering.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 4, 3, 7, 10, greater than equal than 5F1. Will book smart apply? Or book learning?
Not to this, no.
So I got 3 successes, so that's going to lower my difficulty by 3. So that takes my correspondence effect from both
7
down
to 4.
4. And I will spend that willpower. So 4 successes.
Yeah, you can teleport pretty much wherever you want to go, I believe. It's anywhere you've. There's a chart for it, but where do you want to go?
The last safe place he was would have where, let me check the chart. It is basically the last place he felt safe, which is probably his empty apartment.
Okay. You will basically take a deep breath. Oh, you will take 1 paradox because teleportation is vulgar.
Yes.
And you will find yourself. You'll probably fall a couple of inches, but you will basically land on the floor of your apartment. As for the rest of my darling players, you will fall for what seems like minutes before you will land in what appears to be a very twisted, Tim Burtonized version of the room you were in. The furniture, however, I will ask you all to make Dex athletic rolls to avoid getting hit by the very heavy furniture that's currently falling with you.
Thanks,
You're welcome.
Oh, now I wish I put something into athletics.
Evan, will my cat-like balance apply to this?
I'm gonna say yes because you're ultimately, if you're able to get your balance easier, you're able to move easier.
Nope, I botch.
Oh well, you never saw that coffee table. Wadunk.
Hold on, I might be able to help depending on what I do with this roll.
You know what,
Yeah.
Evan?
Got 2 successes.
You managed to wend your way out of the way rather happily, Obi.
Evan.
Same as me. I got 2 successes.
Okay.
And I might accidentally say something terribly uncouth as the coffee table hits me square in the face.
What's up, John?
So, Evan, remember how Damien is angry right now?
Yay, so angry.
Fuck that piece of furniture. I'm not gonna roll athletics. I'm rolling Dex Brawl.
Excellent. Punch the furniture.
While he's rolling that dex, I did get 4 successes. Could I just grab the hermetic and just kind of sling him out of the way?
No, because that was a botch. If it had been a failure, okay. That was a botch.
I tried, yo.
How much damage
Okay.
do I take, by the way?
Yep, Damien lands that blow to whatever furniture he's falling onto.
Oh, wow, that was horrible. Take 6 bashing to the face.
Me?
That's for Richard. Yeah, take 6 bashing.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh,
Ouch.
that's gonna tickle.
1.
How many successes did you get in your dex brawl, John?
So
I
I'm,
got 2.
Okay,
I'm actually
roll.
I'm actually down to crippled.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you can roll your soak to soak bashing.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah, Damien, roll me your damage on it with the 1 rollover.
So that's dex plus damage of the arm plus 1, right?
It's strength plus damage of the plus the it's basically your basic strength. Plus 1 for the it's basic strength plus 1 for the extra rollover success. So whatever your strength is, plus 1.
Okay.
Bear in mind, ones do not deduct on damage rolls or soak rolls, just for the record, in case it becomes important.
I just dealt 2 damage to that furniture.
How much did you manage? Oh yeah, so you managed to soak 1 of the success. You managed to soak 1 of the bashing.
Doesn't ones take away?
Not on soaks or on damages.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, so you take 5 bashing to the face as literally a coffee table smacks you full on the forehead.
Smack. Yep.
If you would like to utter an incredibly long string of curse words, now is the time.
Yeah, that he would say something that should not be repeated in mixed company.
That's fine. Yes, you know what? You managed to splinter the footstool that would otherwise have mangled you, Damien. So congratulations. But yes, everything in this room, you appear to be in a building very similar to one you're standing in. However, everything appears to be wrong. Everything is slightly too elongated, or the angles are peculiar, or the angles are peculiar, or everything is darkened and everything lacks color. Everything is that weird gray shade, and you feel the darkness creeping all around you. You feel like your skin is crawling. Everything is cold here. There is no warmth. There is no love. There is no compassion. There is just existence. Cold, hard, distorted existence.
So you said darkness, right? Does that mean I need to roll willpower?
Yes, and Jason, for the love of God, you're not wearing a bikini. Change the picture.
The only one that fits, I'm afraid. All the others don't seem to fit.
It's okay, sigh. Okay. Where were we?
How do you know what Jason's wearing?
Yes. I think you'd know by now that I have terrible dress sense.
Okay, at least that works for me. 3 successes.
What were you rolling for? Sorry?
My phobia. Darkness.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to keep it together. It's okay. You know that this isn't real darkness. This is literally the absence of light rather than the dark, if that makes sense. So you find yourself standing in this room.
Holding my head and still muttering something under my breath. Oh, for fuck's sake. My head.
So, as I said, you were I'm just waiting for people to do general reactions to their surroundings or interact or anything. So, do the things.
Well, when Richard gets on his feet, he will hold his head and moan. Try to check to see if he's bleeding or anything like that. He is down to mold, so he should have. He maybe I don't know if he has a. Yeah, I'll let the storyteller decide that. But in any case, his head hurts as fuck, and he's not happy. He's not a happy camper.
Okay. Cameo will kind of walk over to Kennings. He will kind of look him over with his basic first aid skills, and he'll rip off a little length of his shirt to bandage anything that might be bleeding.
You're pretty sure his. I'm just gonna say, you're pretty sure his nose is dislocated.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll say, "Hey, Cameo, Mr. Kennings, remember when we were back at the House of 10,000 Happinesses?
He nods. Yeah. What about it?
Remember that one time?" And then he'll adjust his nose back into place really quickly.
Make me a dex medicine roll. For the love of God, don't botch it.
I'm spinning a willpower point on this. This seems important. One success. Fuck. I died. Oh, 2 successes with the willpower. Aha.
Okay, you managed to do it without, essentially allowing the small. You basically managed to do it without causing the bones to fracture or do horrible things to his to the dangerously to the blood vessels that wrap around the back of the nose. However, sweet mother of God, did that ever hurt?
And he screams louder than he has in quite a while.
Still there, he will put Kimio will put his hands on Kenning's crown chakra, and he will try and harmonize their auras so that he's not feeling pain because Kimio's not feeling pain. So it's just a mind effect. He's going to try to lower his wound penalties or make him
entirely fair. Make me that sweet arete roll.
As he's doing that, Iki's going to kind of look over at Richard and say, "You really need to be quiet. Someone might hear the screaming, and they might come."
It fucking hurt. No, normally he's quite well mannered and quite eloquent, but he isn't at the moment, at least until Camille's stuff starts to work. So he basically says, "Okay."
So
you're gonna need one more success in order to basically help him ignore his wound penalties.
Okay.
So you can continue to cast it though.
Yeah, he'll do that. Thank you.
About loud noises.
Shit. I gotta use another mind effect, motherfuckers.
Damien, from where Damien is standing, there's a lot of loud swearing happening. Very loud swearing.
Yep. And screaming. Yeah.
And if anyone is looking at him, his skin looks a lot red. A lot more red than it was. And there are like 2 little bumps on his forehead now.
Shit.
Growing horns. Wow.
That sounds fun, like if I see it.
Interesting fact, I will point out for Ikiro. Ikiro has life, doesn't she?
She's a baby.
She did. Okay, that's fine. Cool. We'll continue on until she gets back. Yes, you will actually start to see. You will start to see Damien's skin redden. You'll start to see tiny nubs of horns pierce out of his flesh, and you will start to see his teeth elongate. Oh, Kim, are you back?
Yes.
Your brother's dying.
Hold up, what?
Your brother's because of the mind link and because you have life, he's physically dying.
What the fuck happened?
And he's
You know?
kind of slumped. You kind of see him slumped on the ground. He was holding your hand, and then you see the blood gouting from his mouth as you notice the fact that his chest has been basically riddled with bullets. I rolled attack rolls. He got very badly shot.
Oh no!
Shit.
Oh,
Do some fucking rolls now.
this just got dark.
Cracks knuckles.
Okay, so basically, for those of you, you see the fact that, as I said, he is physically exsanguinating quite quickly. So this is going to be a multiple person job. It's not just going to be I do magic and fix it. Somebody's going to have to physically hold him down. The bullets are going to have to be removed and such.
Okay.
And that's pretty much what happens. Ikiro begins shouting orders. Whoever looks the strongest, she's pretty much just going to be like, "Everybody, take a limb." Because be damned if her fucking twin is gonna die again.
Wait, again?
You don't need to worry about it, but again.
Long story.
I'm not sure how to do it, but she would help use life if she could.
Well, first,
Because
I'm gonna have to remove the bullets. Otherwise, just healing it with the bullets still in the skin, there's a chance that the skin's gonna heal over it. So
yeah. But basically that is the problem with life. If you use life to heal gunshot wounds, congratulations, there's still a bullet.
yes.
Okay, so who here has Dex Medicine and would like to basically start doing proactive things?
me.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
I have no medicine, but I can hold a limb, I guess.
That's entirely fine.
Yeah, no medicine.
Okay. So you basically you tear off the outer layer of his clothing. It is really slick with blood, and you notice he's been shot twice in the chest and once in the gut.
Fuck.
So the one in the gut is really weeping blood incredibly quickly. I don't know if you've ever seen stomach wounds, but they tend to bleed literally like a stuck pig. Okay, so now we have the fun. Out of character, I'd really rather not have to re-roll a character, so if that guy's character don't die, I'd be really grateful.
Look, you and I both will be able to bring it back, so don't start that shit.
Anyway, it's all good. Okay, can I get Kim and Obi to make me dexterity medicine rolls, please? These are going to be difficulty 7 because you really don't have any medical tools. You're literally using hands and prayers at this point to dig out bullets.
With life 3, could I turn my fingers and elongate the bones into medical tools?
You can elongate your fingernails to make them basically pliers to pluck out the bullets. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Obi, you will unfortunately, unless you have life, not be able to do so.
I would like to note that for some traditions, hands and prayers are their medical tools.
That is entirely fair. You know what, we were Kashyama. That totally makes sense. He was doing difficulty 6 as well.
I'm sorry, but prayers do not remove bullets. But that's just me.
No. Well, mentally, in our world, in this imaginary fictional world, however, the mind is responsible for a lot of things. So I would like to try to, after assisting with this medical role, to try to use mine to help slow the bleeding.
Oh wait, hang on. You've got mind 3, don't you, Obi?
Right.
You could just use telekinesis. Pop it out. Or you could pop out his spleen. There's also the chance of that.
Depending on.
But pop out his spleen.
About that irritate though, so.
Up to you, man.
All right, so willpower first. Let's go with willpower.
Okay.
At least that prevents a block.
Kim, you'll need to continue that ritual roll.
All right, so that's no successes. God damn it, I almost botched.
I thought you were spending willpower.
Yeah, almost botched.
Okay. What roll were you making? Sorry.
Irritate.
Okay, cool. You're going to need more successes than that, but yes.
Yeah. 3 successes on the second.
Okay. Is this just to pop the bullet out using telekinesis?
Yes.
Okay. You reach in and you kind of basically feel the difference between the living tissue and the metallic entity, the alien being of it, and you successfully, in one of the, you basically do a little hand movement like a mudra, and you manage to tear the bullet out. At which point you think, "Oh shit!" Because you got the one in the stomach, and your mindset is, "That's great." Oh shit! Oh shit! There's a geyser of blood. Oh shit!
All right. So he's just trying to use his dex and medicine to like staunch the bleeding as quickly as possible, maybe with a little bit of forces.
Okay. Kim, what you doing?
Elongating fingernails to dig the bullets out. Because I don't
Okay.
like diff 7, yo.
You have managed to elongate your fingernails with an difficulty 5.
That's 3 successes to pull the bullet out.
That pops out one of the bullets rather handily.
1 more.
I beg your pardon?
You said he had 3 bullets, right?
Yep. Obi took out one of them, and have you just taken out the other 2?
I'm about to take out the other 2. Or the other one.
Okay.
6 successes on that one.
Yep. Without much difficulty, you basically use one hand, use one hand in to get the upper bullet, and one hand to get the lower bullet, and you pop them out. I would now recommend life magic. Much life magic.
Okay,
That's your cue.
I'm not really sure how to roll it, but she has a unique and personalized thing to help with life magic.
How much life magic do you have?
3.
Okay, yes,
Nice.
you can help. Okay, so basically, it is you roll your arete. It would be because you're healing it because we're in the Shadowlands. It counts as coincidental, so that will become 3 plus 3, which means it would be difficulty 6. Using a foci and custom foci would lower it to 4, and if you're spending quintessence, it would lower it to 3, or you can roll it at difficulty 4. It's up to you. I think Kim will probably spend the quintessence.
Always great occasions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go diff 4, but I'm gonna burn a willpower. Okay, and then
Can I help with quintessence in this room? I'm not sure if this is share paradigm.
Akasha, yeah. What is your paradigm?
No. Mine is Return to the Golden Age.
Ooh, that's a good one. And yes, Kim's paradigm is a world of gods and monsters, which has a lot of similarities to Return to a Golden Age.
Okay.
So yes, you can in fact share. Do you share a common practice? Obi, what are your practices?
Nice. I have a lot. I have medication, yoga. Practice. I'm sorry. I was going with instruments. Martial arts, yoga, and faith. Faith. Got to have faith.
Yeah, you both have faith as a practice. So yes, you could basically do a cast together.
oh yeah, and I do prayer and everything, so mine's basically faith
Yes!
too.
Yes. For the win.
Evan,
Cool.
is there
Yes.
any way for me to help out without practices of tools?
Not really. Because the only reason they're able to do things together is because they're basically using a similar concept and a similar practice.
Gotcha.
Also, you're still really angry. Really angry.
I'm really
Got
pissed.
4
I'm looking for
successes.
things to punch.
At the moment, you're currently abusing the coffee table with your fist.
Basically what she's doing is praying and then like using her beads and placing her hands on him. And she got 4 successes on her healing roll.
Okay. Kim, how many successes did you get?
4.
And Obi, how many successes did you get?
2 successes plus a willpower. Another willpower. 3rd willpower.
Okay. Yeah, that's 9 successes total. You will basically, that is sufficient to heal him for all of his levels of damage. So you basically see his body start to glow with an eerie iridescent golden light as you all pray to the various incarnations or the sutras or indeed the Athenian gods, whom it is that you worship, and basically a cocoon of magical light will surround Shaishio's body as you see the blood start to recede and you see the wound start to close until he will sit bolt upright and kind of contemplate his surroundings. He will say, "Huh, I thought that I would be here in a less corporeal form. Interesting."
Kimio, just a sigh of relief. Resounding sigh of relief.
God damn it, I just got this new master. He's not allowed to break.
We broke him already. Damn it.
Anastasia just stretches.
Off in the distance, you will hear a very, very odd, almost a mixture between a howl, a moan, and a groan.
Fuck.
Saisho will look down and he will say, "Oh dear, blood has been spilled here. I would recommend running quickly."
He kind of looks at Kennings, and if we can't run,
Being carried.
all right.
Evan. Can I
Yes.
do 2 rolls? One, Wraith or Spirit lore or whatever lore I need to figure out what the fuck just howled. So I think I have a good idea.
Yes.
So I'm gonna do that roll first. It's gonna be what lores?
Wraith lore will give it to you. Actually, no, Lord Shadowlands, because you have Lord Shadowlands, sorry.
Okay, well, thankfully they're both the same diff, so we good. The same die. Oh, bruh. Only 1 success. Fuck.
In a stressful situation, you just brought back your brother.
Yeah, you right. I got 1 success. What is that?
Wraiths have the 2 aspects of themselves. They have them and they have their shadow.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh
Some-
no.
Sometimes the shadow takes control and it twists onto a being that only cares about the feeling of emotions and warmth and the consuming thereof.
This is not good at all.
But you can't remember its name. Only that when you hear its howl, you run.
Run. Okay. My second roll. I want to peek back into the Tellurian and see what's up. Cause if so, then I'm gonna just create a portal and we all gonna run again. My focus is gonna be her brother, because she's just gonna reach out, just kind of press her hand against his face.
Like as in the side of his face or the face of his face?
You remember earlier when she was booped? Yeah, no.
Yes.
Well, this is pretty much face palm, except instead of his hand, it's hers. It's just kind of like hand me face.
Okay.
Well, the most powerful magic is the magic of sacrifice. Hasn't he sacrificed enough?
Fucking stab her brother. So that's 4 successes to kind of peek.
Okay. You will see a number of people standing there in overcoats.
Ah, fuck my life.
Anastasia's already like running opposite from the howls.
Brave Anastasia, and she bravely ran away.
He's like, see you, bye.
Saisho will kind of very delicately take his sister's wrist in his thumb and forefinger and remove it from his face. As he says, "Are you going to run or am I going to carry you?"
I suppose we should all run. That what is
Running
clearly
with
not good.
You start to hear the sound of what sounds like dogs running or an animal on 4 legs, but multiples thereof running.
All right. Kimura will take Kennings over his shoulder in a fireman's carry and begin running.
Well, since I haven't been told otherwise, I'm still flipping the fuck out.
Shit! Damn it! I forgot about you.
He is flipping the fuck out, you know? It's almost like I
At this
didn't say
point-
anything.
Evan, at this point, is it okay to say that he has the full horns now? Because it's been quite a while.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, horns, man. The Sister of Hippolyta doesn't care. He could be a Nephilim. Whatever.
Damien now has a pair of bull horns.
Yeah, he does.
Or he could be a Yama King, you know? So
Yeah.
it just depends on your.
How about no?
For the record, what you guys will see underneath the building itself is you will see great black dog-like things. They look like wolves, distorted wolves, except the fact that their skin and their fur appears to be made entirely of shadow that ripples and contorts with each movement. You see eyes that are silver and appear to drink in the light around them. You hear the gnashing of teeth that sound like iron being grated against iron. So, you have one choice. You can either head into the street below and attempt to engage them, or you can attempt to flee via the rooftops.
I vote flee by the rooftops for 100 Alex.
Yeah, Anastasia saw the wolves and immediately started going up to the rooftops anyway.
Nope, bad doggy, bad doggy.
Don't know this realm. Don't want to try it.
Things for me to smash.
Can I use a life effect
Okay,
to
does
forcibly calm that dude down?
I was going to say, does anyone want to save him from himself, or is he just going to go Hulk smash and we're all going to run away?
Yeah, no, I'm using life. He about to have a whole bunch of fucking chill pills coming through.
That's mind, dear.
Well, that's good.
That would have been the shortest.
No, because I'm physically changing like the chemical makeup of it. No, well, not the chemical makeup, but I'm pretty much going to. I can't think of the name of what the fuck the endorphins are that pretty much calm yourself. I know if it deals with the heart, it's stimulating the vagal nerve, and that gets you to calm down.
Do you want to make that roll then? You're only going to get 2 rolls to get 5 successes there. Because
So
you're
she's
trying to do
literally
something that's
telling
quite
my
difficult.
body to calm down.
Yes.
That could end up being the shortest lived character in history, but hopefully not.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm gonna try. Your mind won't be calm, but your body will. That's all that matters right now. That's all I can do. What's my diff gonna be? I can't remember because I don't know if it's like a life.
This is well, it would be a vulgar effect, but we're in another plane of existence, so it would be difficulty 6. So if you use a foci, it'll lower to difficulty 5, and or custom foci lower to difficulty 4, etc.
Guess who's getting touched again?
God damn it!
And I will spend Quint.
Nice.
Okay, so that will mean you're at difficulty 3.
So that's 4 successes right there.
Damn.
Should have
Okay.
spent the willpower. Doing the same thing again and spending another Quint. 6 successes.
Okay. Hey, John. You know, you could be angry, but then again, everything is made of pretty colors. Oh, pretty colors. Whee! Also, your hands are great, but they can touch everything except themselves.
Like I said, calm him down, not make him high.
It's a fine art. You're tweaking his brain chemistry, Kim.
Successes!
People high on endorphins and stuff like that get like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So you're pretty mellow because the universe is all great and pretty colors.
Looks pretty good to me.
Except it's all grey, but you know you can see the pretty colors.
Close.
So is my avatar pulling itself back or no?
Yes, you are now starting to actively calm down.
Yeah. Damien is going to start to calm down. Start looking around.
Not too calm because Camille's like, run!
Okay, now that calm is going to turn into like, okay, what the fuck?
So, everyone will successfully manage to make it to the roof. You will notice, as you look around, the fact that the next building is about 15 feet away.
Fuck.
It is a rather impressive jump distance. It's distance that can, in theory, be covered. It's just quite an impressive jump distance.
I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to reroll character question.
I'm gonna hate myself. Okay. Anastasia, being like the bold person she is,
Okay.
she's wearing casual clothes, so she's not gonna like get hurt or anything. Well, she can get hurt, but
It's a shadow realm. You could get hurt.
she is going to run and try to jump onto the next building. I'm gonna burn a point of willpower.
Okay, that's a Dex Athletics roll.
I know. Oh god. What diff? Diff 6 or diff 7?
Diff 7.
Okay. That is. Two successes with the willpower.
Congratulations, you managed to actually make the distance. However, not quite enough that you basically your hands will grasp the building on the opposite side, and you're going to need to make a strength athletics to climb your way onto the building.
Okay.
How else are other people thinking of getting over?
Camille will run to the other edge, and he's going to put his hand out. So he's going to help boost people over, kind of like as a additional kind of like jump boost while they're jumping the median.
That will lower people's cumulative difficulty by -1. Who here looks as if they are basically the most oh god nope about this little challenge?
Kiddings.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm gonna have Damien straight jump over.
I mean, I have four damage levels, so my dice pool is basically down to 1 because I think that's the lowest you can get. Otherwise, it would be 0.
Very calmly, Saishiro will extend his hand and he will say, "I will see you safely across, Hermetic."
Thank you, sir. He says. He's still groggy and he hurts, but he knows that shit's gotten serious.
he'll look at his sister and he'll say, "I will be back for you momentarily. Make sure no one dies in my absence."
I won't be able to jump over on my own.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Very well then. He will proceed to, for the record, in case those of you who don't know, there is a wonderful dough power that lets you jump incredible distances.
Yes.
So he will actually make this look easy. He will basically Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style across to the other building.
That is beautiful.
And I was wondering, when would that come into play?
It also lets it, to be fair, Roby, it also lets you do that really cool thing where you skip from thing to thing.
Yeah.
So I came up with the realization that you could literally do that to get up the side of walls. Just jump from one wall to another wall to another wall, like jumping up.
It's coincidental. You could just say it's like parkour.
But yes, congratulations, Kennings. You get to the other side. I'm now waiting for Kim's roll just to see her botch.
Motherfucker.
Don't speak that into the universe.
Yeah. We all know what happens when you say botch. It happens, right, Obi?
It's true.
Oh yeah, and Evan, I made it up by just getting 1 success with the willpower. I would have failed if I didn't get the willpower.
That's fair. It was not graceful, it was not pretty, and you're covered in dust, but by God, you're on the other side.
Evan, what's the difficulty for the jump?
The difficulty for the jump is difficulty 7.
I thought it was
Okay.
because
Yeah, no, sorry, it's reduced to 6 because Kimura is there. Yeah, my apologies.
Who's there?
Me. I'm gonna help, like, do the hand boost as you jump.
Oh, I'm not taking the help.
Okay, well, 7.
Oh my
7.
god, dude!
Because overconfident flaw. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna use forces.
He's
I'm
gonna
gonna
look
use
at that.
for-
I can make this
I'm gonna-
jump.
Hey, Evan, I'm gonna use forces on him anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so let's see. Wish me luck. Nope.
We don't know. We don't know. Let me do my roll.
He was doing forces. It'll make you think that
Zero
you did it.
successes!
Oh no!
Wow!
Zero
Wow!
successes!
Well. Well.
God,
Okay,
oh,
dude.
wait. Shit. Yeah. Well, never mind.
That's 10 on soakable lethal as you hit the ground.
Oh no!
Hold up, grab the wall. Let me see if I can get this roll off. If I can do this. I want to go. Okay. I don't think I can give him wings. But I have
I mean,
life 4. Could
yeah.
I pretty much? I don't. How to describe this? Basically, I want to thicken his skin. Pretty much giving him some extra health pools, kind of.
And giving extra health levels is actually an entirely weird thing. It requires a whole bunch of high level spheres. I don't know why, but it does.
You can give him armor.
That too,
You can
yeah.
give him armor.
Yes. Just because that's pretty much what I don't know what it just thicken his skin to the point where it'll probably hurt like a motherfucker, but he won't die.
There's also the hounds on the ground to consider.
No.
Yeah, no. Then I'll have to grow some wings on my fucking self and fly, grab this fucking bitch. Somebody was just overconfident.
You know, I thought your character was a bad person, Kim. Your character just seems to be saving people left and right.
She's in the same position Maeve is in. Give her a chance and she'll fuck you up. But for the most part, she's okay. Ian's character can attest to this.
Okay, so let me think. You know what? I'm gonna make a dice roll. Give me a second. Okay, boys and girls, all of you will see Damien fall and physically be utterly rendered to paste on the ground. Damien, you are dead. How does it feel?
Very nice.
Okay.
Damn.
You will then see Damien reassemble himself on the ground and be dragged back through the air as all of you are physically dragged back in time a couple of seconds.
Wow.
So we are literally Prince of Persia, this shit.
Fucking
Yes.
wrinkle.
Sands of time.
It's not wrinkle,
Hang on,
it's
hang on, let me-
it's just the fact that this character has time 3 and can reverse time.
Hang on.
Oh.
I don't want to make the rolls to jump again.
You don't have to. It's just reversing it to where Damien is about to take his jump,
Okay.
basically.
Okay, yay.
So this
Hi,
is the
Damien.
14th time I died and came back. Good.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's right at the jump moment, right?
Yep, you get to make the jump roll again. You can either... and Obi gets to make his Arete roll again.
Kemio stands in front of Damien.
Yeah, to answer your question, Jason, I think, or was it a question? Yeah, an M20 with time 3, you can essentially reverse time ever so slightly.
Yeah, I forgot
It's like
they revised the rules for time and some of the other spheres.
Yep. So continue to make your roll, Damien.
Okay.
Kemio steps in front of Damien. He's gonna I'm gonna help you.
The
Okay?
problem is, this is just at the right at the
Nope,
jumping moment.
Nope. He eye contact. That's his instrument. He's gonna use Mind 3, and he's gonna implant a suggestion.
Okay, Damien, what's your permanent willpower?
6.
That means it's going to be difficulty 9 to affect him because he's a mage, so it's willpower plus 3. So, yeah. If you want to roll, if you want to put in your basically an instrument, custom instrument, and or make an esoteric roll or something. No, you won't have time to do that.
Nope. But I will spend 3 points of quintessence to lower the difficulty.
Yep. So the difficulty will become a difficult. The difficulty. Well, it can only be lowered by a maximum, raised or lowered by a maximum of 3. So you can get it down to difficulty 6, basically.
Got it. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm rolling. Fuck.
Did that not go well?
No.
Nope.
Oh, did you not?
I did.
Oh, mother. I think Paradox backlashes will still kick up if you botch magic, even in the Umbra of the Shadowlands.
I think it does, and I think we'll be interested if I get his overconfident flaw.
Well, hang on, because it becomes the level. Hang on, I have to look up the Paradox rules. Believe it or not, this is only the second Paradox backlash I've had in the game so far. Paradoxo.
That actually is kind of surprising, seeing how low your rolls for how low your dice pool for magic actually is. I mean, your Arete score is so easy to botch a 3 dice roll or less.
Sorry, give me just a moment to find the Paradox rule.
Well, now you have wings without Red Bull. Woohoo! I'm kidding.
I think it's really bad. I think it's like the level times the level or something like that.
Wow.
And dice pools. Paradox. Where the fuck are you, Paradox? Sources Paradox, page 547. I need to have this bookmarked, but I really don't. I'm bad at life.
Don't worry, your sister is good at life. She has 4 dots in it.
You should only have 3 dots in it, so I'm going to look at her very, very side-eyely. But c'est la vie.
The fuck? I only have life 4. It's spirit 3 or life 3 that I have. I have spirit 4.
That answers that question. If somebody here can give me a hand in finding this in the book, I would love it forever. I can't see that thing. Here it is. Botching magic and paradox. The terror of every mage. A botch roll involving the forces of paradox. Oh no, that's botching magic. And hang on. If the effect was vulgar. Oh, sorry. If the effect because it. It's coincidental to use a
suggestion. Yeah.
To use suggestion. Gets 1 paradox point for every dot in the high sphere involved, which with that effect. A correspondence 4/life 3 spell, for example, would have a paradox of 3 points. Yep. So congratulations, you take 3 points of paradox.
Wow.
That's not as bad as I thought it was. If the effect was vulgar, the gains 1 plus 1 point plus 1 dot. If the effect was vulgar without sleeper witnesses, the mage gets 1 point paradox plus 1 point for each dot in the high sphere. Spell generates over 5 points paradox. Yeah, if the effect was vulgar with sleeper witnesses, then your mage gets 2 points of paradox plus 2 more points for the highest point of the sphere. The unfortunate mage racks up to 10 points of paradox and may be in for a visit from the paradox fairy. That amuses me greatly. Okay, so please make a note of your 3 paradox.
I have.
Now, Damien, if you would not mind rolling your thing again to jump.
Oh shit! I was muted. I'm sorry. Will you let me spend a willpower point on this?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my. That's 3 successes with willpower.
Yes, you managed to jump the distance. It's not graceful, it's not pretty, and you land you basically land in a roll, but by God, you made the jump. Okay, now we have dealt with that fiasco. Who's next?
I think it's Ichiro.
It's either Ichiro or Mara, I believe. Whoever wants to go next. Jason, you haven't done much. Jump. Jump, I
I
say!
wasn't even introduced to the scene.
I thought I
Well-
said you were.
No. I
Yes,
was
like,
just sitting there
I
waiting
did.
for an introduction.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
Yes,
I did.
it did.
All right, but when was that? Because I didn't hear that.
That was when the glass in the store was getting shot up. You walked in right as the bullets went through the window.
Right. Well, there's a heck of a lot of roles that I wasn't asked to do. But okay, whatever.
Okay. My apologies if there's been some kind of miscommunication.
Yeah, I just didn't hear. I mean, this is like the first time that you've asked me to do anything. I was just kind of patiently waiting until
Okay, because that's because when I haven't asked anyone specifically. I tend to say if you want to do things, there are roles. But my apologies, as I say, I will happily chalk this up to my bad. But yes, no, I was just assuming that you were just being quiet.
No, I was being polite. Well, trying to be polite.
No worries. If you're happy to have just said that you were here the whole time, that's entirely sanguine.
No, it's up to you, really. I'm cool with
Yeah, that's fine. So if you would like to make whatever attempts you wish to cross the chasm of doom.
Okay.
And avoid the doggos below.
Avoided. All right. Sorry, remind me, how many people have gotten across so far and who's left?
We have 1, 2. Basically, there are, including yourself, there are 3 people left on this side. The others have all managed to. There are 3 people on the other side. Sorry, 4 people on the other side.
Okay, so there's just 2 left. Right.
Mhm.
And that's just me and Brant, right?
No, it's you, Ikiro, and Camille are all on this side. The rest are all on the opposite side.
Okay. Right. Looks like we're probably going to have to. Hang on, Mara, Ikiro, and
Mara, Ikiro, and Camille are all. By the way, is it Camille or Camille? How are we pronouncing it? I'm going with Camille.
Camuel or something.
all right.
Obi, how do we say your guy's name?
Obi's not there right now. Please leave a message.
Oh, sorry. I was talking while muted. It's Kimio. It's like Samuel with a K.
All right.
Okay. Camuel.
Camille. Okay, cool. So what do you want to do, Jason?
Mara's just probably going to. Well, she's probably just been watching the whole thing, and probably best judgment is to, trust that Brant knows what he's doing. They obviously have an idea. How are we going to get Kennings across?
Oh, we got Kennings across.
Oh, did we? Oh, sorry. Never mind.
No worries.
Right. Should get Ikiro across next. basically she's just going to let Ikiro go next.
Okay.
She seems to be doing or planning to do something, so she's just gonna kind of. She's not gonna look at you, but she's just gonna motion for you to go.
Brent, I will need assistance for this.
Yeah. You and everybody else. Come on, let's get it.
All right, and well, feel free to kick in with common sense, Evan. But basically, what Mara's going to do is, combined with Brant helping her out, I imagine she is probably going to have to do the Dex Athletics, but she's going to use forces to kind of give her a little bit of a boost, so she might actually might have an easier time getting over there.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to make me the Arete roll, basically for every success you have on the Arete roll, it will lower the difficulty by 1.
Okay. Dukes. All right, what's the diff for this? Is it 3 or 4?
What you're using a forces what effect?
I can only use forces for this. I don't have any other sphere that's high enough. I don't.
Yeah, no, but what rank of forces? What level of the sphere?
2.
Oh, 2. So that would be it's coincidental effect. So that would be 3 plus 2 is 5. So it would be 5 if you use a foci. It'd lower if foci or custom foci. It'd lower it to either 4 or 3, and you can also spend quintessence at your leisure.
Sounds a bit essential. So I'll spend 1 quintessence, and also she is going to be using her ring, which is a foci forces.
That's fine.
And, here we go. 2 successes.
Nice.
Okay, cool. So that'll lower your difficulty from a difficulty 6 because with Kamul's aid, in order to a Dex Athletics of 4 to jump. So if you'd like to now make your Dex Athletic roll in order to cross the breach.
Dum. 3 successes.
Once again, you manage to cross. It's not graceful. It's not necessarily pretty. And when you land, there's you have to actually spin off the force because you use the forces to essentially boom, give you an oomph, but the power is slightly uncontrolled, so you just roll a little bit when you land. But yeah, you make it safely to the other side. Now we have Ikiro and Kamel or Kimmel on the other side.
Kind of smiles and he looks at Ikiro. Ladies first.
Gonna make me some wings. Hold on. Guys, I would also just like to say that this has been like the character that I've ever used like the most magic on. Usually I don't use so much magic. I just want to throw that out there.
This is the most magic I ever used in a scene.
I mean, I wish I could say that, but I ended up having to do it. So yeah. Okay, so that's 3 base plus sphere, 6.
This is low-key the first time I've ever used magic at all.
Yay! Welcome.
Will cut herself and use her blood as her focus. Then I'm gonna spend some quint because I have a hell of a lot of quint. Yes. Lower the diff to 3. I only have 2 successes. I'm probably gonna have to get some more successes.
Yep, you are going to need 5 successes into effect and at least 1 into duration.
Here we go, boys. Okay, I got the 6 successes.
Shit.
For those of you, what kind of wings do you want?
You know she gonna get some. Actually, that's a good question. You know what? This is Ikiro. She's gonna have some demonic ass looking wings.
Damn it.
Okay. You will see
So
her sprout.
basically like that guy from Death Note.
You'll see her sprout black, narrowed wings with red, with red velveteen. Sorry, I thought you were stopping me.
No, that was probably my birds chirping in the background. My bad.
With red skin, in order to with red interior to help them navigate the to help them navigate the air currents as they currently stand, or lack thereof, as Ikiro will very calmly smile where she lets herself fall off the building and the great wings proceed to beat.
She probably
You
would
will
have
manage.
offered to carry Kimule across too.
Camille, you're being offered you're being offered upsies. That's my choice of phrasing, and I stick with it.
You're muted if you're
Obi?
trying to speak again.
Obi?
Damn it, I'm sorry. Talking while muted. He kind of nods, but he's gonna smile and he's gonna run and jump across.
She nods.
Okay. Ikiro will successfully fly to the other side of the Great Divide. Right as you hear the door behind you splinter, literally, well, I was going to say, literally you see the face of what looks to literally be a hound of hell as its slavering jaws start to snap at you as you launch yourself over onto the other building. Please make me your roll, dear.
3 successes.
Excellent. Once again, it is not graceful. It is not pretty. You spin a little bit as you roll as you land, but by God, you're over there, and everyone collectively raises the middle finger to the Hellhounds.
And only one of us died until we ran back. Until we rewound time. God, words.
Words are sometimes difficult, Stephen. It's entirely okay. Yes. You find yourself on the top of the building next door. What do you gentlemen and ladies do now?
We need to keep running because they're probably just going to jump across the gap as well.
Right? Yeah, that's what Anastasia's doing. She's like, fuck this noise.
Probably, well, yeah, Mara's probably going to be following the crowd, but she'll probably... Would I be able to... This might be a bit of a shot in the dark, but with her level of occult, would I be able to make a roll... Well, occult or spirit lore, if that's appropriate. Would I be able to make a roll to try and determine if there's any way to either ward these creatures away or otherwise destroy them?
That would be. It wouldn't be occult or spirit lore. It would be either Shadowlands or Wraith lore.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah,
in that case, she'll put
Actually-
she'll put the question to the crowd. Then, does anyone know how to destroy or otherwise push back one of these creatures?
Anastasia looks, she's like, I don't know how to destroy them, but I have an idea. We're at a different building. Whoever brought us here, we would be in a different place.
You can look sideways again, or you can peek across into the mortal world if you wish. Peek past the veil if you wish to see what's going on in this building in the real world. If anyone wishes to do that.
I had 4 successes on that thing. Is the site still not up?
No, you have to open and close it because otherwise you would basically only be seeing into the Tellurian or into the skin world, as it were, as opposed to seeing into the Shadowlands. And you'd basically be walking around blind in the Shadowland.
How much spirit do you have to do that?
You just have to know how to do it.
You're a spirit one, dude.
Yep.
Oh, okay, then I can do it. Spirit. It's diff 5, you said?
Yes. Div 5, unless you're using a foci to drop to Div 4, custom foci to drop to Div 3, or quintessence to do either of the above.
I think I'm gonna use a quintessence to drop it to 4.
Okay, make your roll. Relax, John. This will... Yep, you're able to see. Currently, there is no activity going on this side of the story and on this building. As a matter of fact, if you look over to the other building, you will notice the fact that it is completely vacant now. Whatever was happening over there has ceased.
Yes, the other side is completely clear, and the building is clear on the other side as well. We're safe to cross.
Oh, mistress of opening the gateway.
Somebody better
button
say that shit out
open
loud.
it. Just don't button open it to a deeper plane of hell. That would be bad.
That can happen, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I know that.
There's this wonderful place called the Abyss. Perhaps you've heard of it.
I want to go there one day too. I've planned.
Nope.
Exactly, Jason.
So, Kim, make me the roll.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and make the roll. God damn it.
Oh,
Huh?
Oh, on a side note, the beasts are currently bounding across the divide.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, they're not even jumping it. They appear to be able to run on thin air.
Beautiful. Okay.
Mhm.
So wait, we're still being chased by those things?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, delicious.
Well, Anastasia knows that we're not going to be able to outrun them. They're dogs. We're humans. Unless we use magic, we're not.
Okay. So I need some more quint because I actually have like 3 or 4 quint left. And I could totally use a focus right now. She's just gonna reach over to grab her brother again.
Are you gonna facepalm your brother again? Christ Almighty! Okay.
No, not just face palm him. This time she's gonna be much more intricate about it. She's just gonna take his hand. Fucking hell.
While we're being chased by
Yeah, so that's period 4, so 7, 2 for the focus. Bring it down to 5. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna spend a lot of quint. Let's just put it that way. Actually, it's just 2 quint. But there we go. But that's 1 success. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
spend
The
2 more
dogs are at this point. The dogs at this point are going to reach the back of the player party. So who's standing at the back?
I don't know who is standing in the back.
Anastasia was starting to run down, then turned around, so I doubt it's her.
Kimio will be in the back. He'll be fending off the dogs from the rest of the party.
Okay, I need to make a dice roll. Continue doing what you're doing. You're doing good.
Kill him, bruh. That's 4 successes total.
Okay, that will be sufficient. Obi and let's choose another one at random.
Choose me.
Okay, Obi and John, how you doing? You doing good?
Because
The
I have a reason for it. I have another flaw.
Shit.
the dogs proceed to basically they let out a really distorted howling noise, and you basically see blackness dripping from their jaws that coalesces into a beam that fires forward, literally made of pure blackness, the very essence of oblivion.
Do I respond to this, or
Huh?
do I need to roll because of that? I'm guessing I'm conscious, though I'm not really in a.
No,
Okay.
you don't need to roll because of that.
Okay,
That's
good.
fine.
Good.
Local shroud rating, which will be that. Okay, Obi, take 2 ag.
Oh, wait.
This
Dodge? Dodge. Snake's dodged yet?
You cannot dodge this. Interestingly enough, this Arcanoi cannot be dodged.
All right.
Oh shit!
Wait, what is this attack?
It is very nasty.
I'm glad you didn't pick me.
Oh
What is this attack? How is this attack happening?
Blackness
I beg your pardon, I
out of
didn't
the
hear you,
mouth.
John. Basically, they form dark. Basically, darkness seems to sear from their mouth and eyes and is impacting you at high speed.
Gotcha.
And because of the way this Arcanoi is written, you don't dodge it. You just pray to God, because they're literally striking you with the force of oblivion. That's sweet, sweet oblivion. Sorry, give me a moment. However, if they botch, hilarious things happen. Hilarious things. Okay. Damien will take 3 ag damage.
And I got 2, right?
Yep, you got 2. Basically, you feel the warmth, the vitality, that innermost nature of yourself being stripped away from you. You feel so cold, colder than you've ever felt. It's almost as if you were stood in a graveyard on a cold Christmas as the sun disappears from the heavens, the snow falls. There is no joy. There can be no joy. There is only silence, solitude, pain, and the chill. At which point the portal opens.
Oh, let's
What
go, let's
do
go.
you-
Damien's
And
gonna yell out.
very good. You boys and girls proceed to run into the real world, where you feel the air. Again, you feel the breeze. You feel the snow as it delicately falls on your faces. You feel it all around you. You feel alive again. One of the dogs bounds after you into the real world, and you can see it sets foot on the ground. It contorts. It seems to choke, as if the very air itself is anathema to it, until it turns to smoke and vapor with one angered, yipping, howling, distorted call. You find yourselves on the roof opposite the Jacobite Club.
Well, this was a party, she says in, like, blankly.
Gibio's kind of like huddled together. He's like rubbing his hands together. He's like, fuck it, can't get warm. All right. Well, not that this wasn't fun.
And Richard will look at the gentleman who pulled him over and says, "Once again, thank you, sir."
All right. At another point, you may happily investigate what happened here this evening. However, as I've been running for quite a while, I would like to end the scene here. So I will say thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin where nowhere is safe. Have a pleasant evening.